So the reason why I say to rotational date to women specifically is because women get attached. We're emotional.
Get attached. I like women who get attached.
Generally speaking, in dating, men lead with their interest and women lead with attachment. And there's a good reason for this. It's because women are the ones bearing the babies. And she's right, women do get attached, but that is by design. It's a feature, not a bug. Here's when it is a bug. Number one, when we sleep with a man before we trust him and before he's earned it. And number two, when we have insecure attachment patterns and we don't actually use that feminine bias for early attachment in a calibrated, attuned way. Instead, our attachment comes out as toxic, or we actually hold down our feelings so much. We're so afraid of attaching that we hold it all down, and then eventually it all comes out as a complete explosion upon the man. And understandably, us as women, we want to avoid that. But that doesn't mean that our feminine bias, as myself and my husband have called it, is wrong. No, it's actually there to help you facilitate the process of inspiring a man to fall in love. That's why I made my program High Value Attachment.
Get attached.
But the
Well, I'm
thing
the
is,
right
they
guy.
might not like
The right
you.
guy.
Yeah,
and don't
well,
want
here's the
to.
thing.
Get attached, baby.
So here's the thing. I was reading through some of the comments on this video and one of them was like, oh, men get off on your attachment. Honestly, that kind of perspective, that type of comment is so deplorable. Are we really going to assume that all men have is toxic intent? Are you serious? Yes, absolutely. Controlling men will get off on your attachment. They love it. And there are even toxic dating coaches out there. The whole PUA market, the pickup artist market. Actually, there was a guy back in the day who's been banned for what he was teaching men to do, bed women. His name was Roosh, I think. Anyway, yes, those types of dating strategies from men are absolutely toxic as hell. I agree. Those types of men will hurt you. They will get off on your attachment. And that's why I always suggest use high value banter to test for their willingness to attune. And it's not just like you can use one or two banter lines and then discover whether he's a psychopath or a narcissist or not. No, you have to keep bantering when you first meet a man and see whether he's willing to attune and emotionally connect or not. Because here's the thing, men who are securely attached and who have the right intent to emotionally connect with you and build an actual relationship with you will want to bounce back. They will want to attune to you. Does that mean that when they're at work or doing something important that they're always going to respond to texts? No, that's not what I mean by attunement. What I mean is they want to bounce back with you. They want to go deeper with you. Because here's the thing, banter opens the doors to deeper connection with a man. So remember this, don't be afraid to test as a feminine woman. That's your job. You are the only one who's going to have your own back. But here's why this guy is saying that he likes it when women get attached. And by the way, I think my husband would have said something pretty similar, and my husband has a secure attachment. It's because attached women make great mothers. Attached women, women who don't use maladaptive dating strategies like rotational dating, are the types of women who not only make great, attuned and responsive feminine long-term partners, they make incredible mothers because their maternal instinct is attached and they have the capability to attune. Now, I'm not saying you should never date more than one man at a time. No. I'm saying that all the dating coaches out there who have since I've started in this dating industry in 2009, who are telling you to rotational date because you get attached early and somehow that's going to solve the problem of you attaching early, they are not truly aware of a woman's feminine nature.
I like attached women.
I wish I could say that we could do that and we should do that, but the thing is, like, we've been mistreated and in a way taken advantage of because we've done that before. So the solution that I proposed was like, why don't you just talk to multiple men? You're just talking, you're just getting to know each other. Go off and meet up first. Because women, we're emotional beings. Like, the first thing that we want to do is to get to know you even more. And what happens? You prolong that into 2 weeks, into 3 months, into 6 months, into a year. And then there's no ring. So to avoid all of that, because another thing, I coach women who date for marriage. I don't coach women who are just dating to mess around.
Some people are going to hate me for saying this, but if you're dating for a ring, that's entirely missing the point. Yes, I have a ring myself, but if you're at the point where you're only dating for a ring, you are trying to short circuit a natural process of building emotional attraction and emotional connection. You can't skip that part as a woman. I'm sorry, that's not how men work. You need to actually care, really care about the man you're with and about the emotional connection and the emotional attraction. Don't try and short circuit this process by going, hey, I'm dating for marriage, so may the best man win. Here's why. Because most women who are desperate for strategies like rotational dating are already over 30, 35, 40, 45, even 50, okay? And the sad reality for us women with a womb is that as we age, we get less competitive. unfortunately, we lose the best men to the 21-year-olds, to the 25-year-olds, 28-year-olds even. And there's a good reason for that. It's because if I were a man without a womb dating, I would go for the highest value woman I could get. And if that means that the 30-year-old is full of expectations and expecting me to compete with men I don't even know for her when I don't even trust her yet and she doesn't even trust me yet. However, I've got a 21-year-old who's not using maladaptive dating strategies, who cares about me and cares about the emotional connection and emotional attraction. I'm going to go for that one. Let's not lose sight of the real purpose of dating. The purpose of dating is to build a real relationship with a high value man. And in order to do that, you have to care beyond your goal for that shiny, shiny ring. Because at the end of the day, we have to admit that is completely self-serving. And if we only focus on that one thing to the detriment of all else, we're ignoring what a man needs from us. And there are a lot of women who are going to say, oh, but you don't understand. I'm willing to give a man what he needs. No, you're not. What you're doing is you're counting how much you're getting back. You're not focusing on the pair bond you're building. You're not focusing on the emotional connection and attraction. You're in a rush to get to that final goal. That's like a top athlete saying, all I care about is the shiny gold medal. I don't care about the process. I don't care about my skills in the sport. I just care about the shiny object. You know what happens then? What happens then is that when they have wins and losses, they have no skills to attribute those wins and losses to. They have no real way of solving the problem. Instead, they get superstitious. They attribute their success and failures to the completely wrong things, and they never get authentically good at their sport. The same happens in dating when you use maladaptive dating strategies like rotational dating. Wait, before you go, did you know that there are 8 feminine archetypes that men fall for? Find out which one you are and how they affect the men you attract in our brand new quiz. Click the link on the screen to learn more.